battle starts.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. Today with a live replay reaction from the one, the only, Shadowstep. Now, Shadowstep is a fella who's sent in a couple of replays already of his team coming within a hair's width away from losing, yet he and his div buddies managing to pull it back. Well, you might be able to put two and two together. Now, this is a live replay reaction, so what this means is that I am watching this happen as it plays out live and recording the audio right now, meaning that I'm seeing all this for the first time. I have an idea of what happens in the match because of the emails that get sent in with the replays, but I don't know exactly what happens. It leads to some pretty good reactions, and you guys do seem to enjoy them. So that is what this is. Now, what Shadowstep is in the Alaska B, the Tier 9 American super large cruiser, whatever you want to call it nowadays. The Alaska is an excellent premium ship. I would highly recommend anyone pick it up when it comes on sale for Black Friday. She has American AP on her 305mm guns. Pretty tough cruiser all around too. Very, very tough cruiser armor. This is, what, I think the second or third ship we got when Wargaming started to add in these cruisers that were almost battleships. And Alaska was one of the earlier ones, and she was so good she had to be removed. She has, as you can see on his toolbar down below, hydro and radar together. A powerful combination, that good old American radar. In fact, because the replays like to be stupid, let's go ahead and turn all that on, even though I have all that on in my game client. We are on the islands near the sea cap. Shadowstep is doing a very typical American thing and hugging the islands for now. Getting into position, he has almost a third of the cap in radar coverage. He's also in a div with his buddy in the Zumo back there. So the Yoshino's taking some pot shots out at him from way out there. They tap his rangefinder in the back and knock out an AA mount. So let's see, I believe this is a tier 10 and tier 9 game, mostly tier 10 and tier 9. Enemy salmon right off the bat nukes the friendly salmon. How typical with submarines. So it looks like the enemies have gone for A and C, did on the AC split. Looks like the Petropavlovsk over in B is relatively uncontested for now, at least I'll assume until the Midway gets to him. So Midway and Hawk, man, the two OG tier 10 CVs facing off against one another yet again. Openings up with some HE on the Schlieffen way out there. Something about the Alaska too is she has great HE. It's like either, okay, I'm going to citadel the living crap out of you, or I'm going to burn the crap out of you. Either way, you're going down, as you can see. Got 5k alpha out of that salvo and started a fire on the enemy Schlieffen all the way back there. Excellent shot there from Shadow Shot. Loads up the AP because it's showing him broadside, and observe. You'll see the wonders of American cruiser AP here. American AP in general, because it uses the Mark 8 heavy AP shell. Oh, there's a Holland right out the gate. Again, another almost 6,000 alpha right there. Pops his hydro to spot any torpedoes. Swaps back over to HE. He does have Halsey on his Alaska, by the way. If he did include his commander build in the replay, I should have shown it at the start of the match. He's in a pretty good spot right here. This is a spot you see a lot of cruisers, a lot of American cruisers, Des Moines and Salems and the like, hug. Because, look, you got good coverage on the C cap, good coverage on the B cap. You got a nice firing range down into the firing lane down into the C cap, and just look over to your right a bit, and boom, you're in the B cap with a tap of your throttle in reverse. You're there, giving them coverage. Really good spot. Now, granted, with a CV match, I don't know. Ooh, that looks like a wonderful shot of those torpedoes. I'll take out the Johan. Does have HE up. I believe he kept HE in the tubes, because that Johan probably took a flood and probably damage con. And by the time the shells get there, no fires. But that man has definitely used damage con if those torpedoes started a flood. So, get a fire, get some nice damage going on the Johan there. Enemy submarine went down, didn't catch that, but we're both down one submarine. Oh, friendly Gurlu is gone as well. Ooh, just misses the Johan there. Enemy is capping the C cap and the A cap. Friendly team did not do too well with the trades. That the A cap lost a cruiser and a submarine while taking out just the enemy submarine. Enemy is taking the... Okay, Shimakaze got the Johan there. Okay, cool. So we're 2-2 now. Both the cruiser and submarine are down at the moment. And the friendly team has managed to cap the B cap. The Petropavlovsk has done that. Enemy's about to get the C cap. The U-190 is obviously below the water. Otherwise, he'd be contesting. He'd probably be dead if he was at the surface, too. Now, that Petropavlovsk does have a pretty good spot there because he has managed to, of course, take the B capping, gotten down a bit further south, so where, you know, he could be a bit of a thorn in the side of that Schlieffen. And let's see. Holland spotted again. He's got HE loaded. He's detected and targeted by, I'm assuming, yep, the Yoshino. Ooh, Yoshino's not one to be messed with. I'm sorry, no, the Schlieffen, my bad. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. My brain's a little fried. I had a rough week this week, but hey, we're here now. So Schlieffen, he had HE loaded. Yep, got another fire out on the Schlieffen. Friendly team is... Well, they're in full retreat from A. They're kind of pushing the C. You got a Nebraska, the Izumo. You went on to Shimakaze down there. Take another shot at the Holland. Ooh, that Petro, though. Moscow takes down the friendly Bismarck out west. Petro is not looking too good. Holland's opening up on him. Both the Holland and Schlieffen are just behind. Oh, nope, Schlieffen beaches. So Shadow here can probably secure the Schlieffen when this Petro goes down. Imagine the Petro will be going down here in a second. Yep, so the Schlieffen takes out the Petro. And he's in the C cap now. Schlieffen got AP loaded up. I mean, against the American super heavy AP. Against the Schlieffen armor. I think there's about to be a dead Schlieffen here. So a pickup for losing the Petro. Oh man, 900 HP. Got a fire going on him. I'm sure he'll burn out. There we go. There's his first kill of the game. Four friendly ships down to the 3 enemy ships. They're kind of keeping up. At the moment, enemy team still hasn't capped anything yet. They had a C cap for a few seconds. Now they're taking the A cap. So right now, Shadowstep's team has managed to secure the eastern flank at the cost of, well, their team that was out west. Snare that happened so much in this game. Salmon is spotted, but man, just on the edge of the Alaska's teeny tiny ASW range. I don't know what it is with wargaming and premium ships, but they gave these premium ships like little itty bitty ranges when it came to ASW. Drops both sets of ASW planes on them, along with most of the enemy team, so that's probably a dead salmon there if you couldn't dive enough. And I'm sure the Shimakaze is going to be dropping depth charges on top of his head. The Holland, however, is engaging the Shimakaze. That's not exactly a good fight for the Shimakaze. Holland is well, it's a decent gunboat, but when comparing it to the Shimakaze, whose DPM is, it's a great gunboat. So he just nicks the Holland there for minimal damage. It's up to 61,000 damage at the moment. Holland's have his AA going. Nebraska tried to drop on him, but I mean, it's Holland's got great AA. So the thing is now, 5 hits though on that Holland. Good salvo there from Shadowstep. So, okay, Yoshino's down. Hakura took care of him. 4-4 right now. Shadow pops Hydro to spot the salmon or the torpedoes he's going to be throwing at him. So the thing is, this group of enemy ships from the A cap, they're in a really advantageous position right now, because they have all the western side of the map just open to them. If you look at the map, all of Shadowstep's team, with the exception of the Yami, are on or behind this island chain from the 6-7 line down. So they're just all stuck back here, while the enemy team has the whole run of the map, and yeah, they have map control at the moment, and they're moving out east in essentially a line, it appears like. So we'll see what Shadowstep's team manages to pull out here. So they did get the salmon. Holland is, I'm assuming, running away. Probably just going to go dark, and they are going to. Oh, there goes the Yami. He's probably just going to go dark and just throw torps at the enemy team while he heals up, because the Holland does get a heal. That's what I would do, at least, if I was at Holland. And I think that's what most Holland players would do. Excellent torpedoes, very quick torpedoes. Good torps to get nice, consistent damage out of because of their speed. Okay, so now Shadowstep team's kind of gotten themselves together, and they're pushing out west to meet this team. So right now, friendly team does have a submarine still up. They got that over the enemy team. 2 enemy cruisers down and a battleship. Friendly team, 2 BBs down, 2 cruisers down, and a sub. Yeah. Both teams still have their single DD alive, which is pretty surprising that we're 11 minutes into the match and both DDs are still alive. That is truly a rare sight in today's World of Warships. Okay, so Masva, Iowa, Amagi. The Amagi is opening up in the Azuma with his secondaries. Chad secondary Amagi build, I think. Alright, enemy team's into B now. That's the Amagi. NorCal's going way down south. Trying to get some cross shots on the enemy team. Well, on Shadowstep's team as they're pushing up. There you go. It's a dead Azuma right there, courtesy of North Carolina. That's a full health North Carolina. Got half health Amagi. Quarter health Iowa that's healing at the moment. Moss was almost full. I'd imagine this, whatever cruiser went out. But it was out of Buffalo. He's probably pretty full too. Of course, the Midway's at full health. Alright, so Shadowstep's got his nose into an iceberg. He's got some AP out on the Amagi. You get an 890 overpin. God, I love overpins so much. So the Amagi is a secondary. No, it's not a secondary build Amagi. That's just her. I was about to say, man, what the heck? Okay, so not a secondary build Amagi is as fun as that would be to see. Going completely broadside on the Shadowstep. So he's got, basically whatever he wants to get out of this Amagi, he can get out of him. With him showing him this much broadside with that American AP. I think the Amagi's a little bit cocky right now. Granted, Shadowstep isn't a battle cruiser, and the Amagi's 16-inch guns can make short work of Shadowstep, but he's not focusing on him for whatever reason. Enemy CV is trying to torpedo the Nebraska. That makes sense. The Nebraska and the American hybrid battleships dive bombers are quite good. You do want to get them out of the match as fast as possible. Alaska not cooperating here with Shadowstep. The dispersion has just been absolutely dog crap. So what about now? Can we get a decent salvo out of him now? How's that North Carolina popping back up again? Okay, Amagi just sailed out in front of Shadowstep and just threw it in part for whatever reason. Okay, there comes his salvo now. Okay, that wasn't too bad considering Shadow wasn't moving. 12k damage there from the Amagi on a completely still Alaska. The U-190 does manage to finish off that Amagi. Masva's still pushing up. This Nebraska is playing like a Des Moines for some reason. Which I wouldn't really recommend doing in the Nebraska or any hybrid ship because you have that massive flight deck on you, which is so easily farmable. Masva's pushing up. Shadow throws HE in the tubes to start burning down the Masva. And Masva is focusing on that Nebraska. I mean, yeah, again, get that thing out. The thing's dive bombers are crazy. Rocket planes coming in on Shadowstep from the Hakuru, and he whiffs them. Only gets 4,000 damage. Could have easily been a 10k strike, if not more. Nebraska has thrown it into reverse. Masva shooting AP into the bow of the Nebraska? What? Okay, that was weird. Or he's shooting AP into the... I'd like to think he's shooting AP into the superstructure or of the flight deck, but okay. Alright, Nebraska's dead, Masva's dead, General Offensive. The Izumo took him out there with his secondaries. There's the Holland Torps from earlier. Iowa is holding position right now. So the enemy team still has the ship advantage at the moment in terms of what they have. They have a Holland that's on the flank just throwing torpedoes up here. North Carolina is, again, still really healthy at the moment. And the Buffalo's flanking too. But they keep doing the Hollywood one at a time thing. They just keep walking into Shadowstep's team one at a time rather than just pushing all at once and overwhelming the team. I guess they want to be Hollywood villains for some reason. But okay. Oh, hello, Iowa. How you doing? Shadowstep pops his heal. He's got one heal left after this one comes off a cooldown. Aims for the upper armor. His superstructure on the Iowa. And boom, gets him a 14k salvo right there. Gets the Brothers in Arms achievement for his troubles. For him and his Izumo. So Shadowstep's on 2 kills right now. 125,000 damage at the moment. North Carolina is pushing up. Midway is flying over towards Shadowstep at the moment. Shadowstep only has 5 planes shot down right now. Oh man, that looks like a beautiful shot on that North Carolina. He had HE in the tube swapping out to AP at the moment. Gets Ooh. Yeah. Ow. That could have been worse. I'm sorry, it's a midway, not a... It's enemy midway friendly Hakuru, my bad. There's the Holland again. So, Shadowstep's going to thread this right here. Ooh. Ah, turned a little bit too late. If he had slowed down or just tapped his throttle a little bit, I think he would have been fine, or started turning a little bit early, but still manages to avoid most of them, which is a lot better than most other players do. Alright, North Carolina, it looks like he might be about to eat some Shimakaze torpedoes here. That Buffalo's down to 1k. And so keep in mind, too, once the enemy took this cap, all they had to do was live. But rather than live, they just fed themselves to the enemy team one at a time. Okay. So Shadowstep pops his radar. Holland's waiting around this corner. For some reason, I'm assuming you're trying to run at this moment. Try to get some torpedoes out on him. Yes, no. No, he had Hydra up. None of that. 4 kills for Shadowstep. And now they have the General Offensive medal as well. And the Midway is still desperately trying to deal with Shadowstep. Oh, that one's going to be an easy one to dodge right there. I love it when that happens. So yeah, now it's just the enemy Midway. The enemy team had this. They had this so easily. They had control of the map. They had both caps. But for whatever reason, they decided just to follow the Hollywood villain rule of let's send in my henchmen one at a time to Shadowstep's team. Okay, so let's see. Midway's coming back with some more dive bombers here. Now, these Midway dive bombers are really rough. You could easily chunk the living crap out of anything just about. Let's see, that was only, I think only 2 planes got through, but there we go. So, let's see, that's 21 planes for Shadowstep. He only needs, what, another 10 to get the award? U-190 is honking this one. Oh, here, come on. Time for the traditional end of the round CV farming. Oh, come on, Shadowstep. Get you some more damage out of that. I mean, Midway still throwing planes at him. Oh, they finally gets Confederate. Pops Halsey's main battery reload talent. What's it called? Strike hard, strike fast. Oh, there's a defense. Has a 10-second reload on his Alaska now. There we go. 10k there to the Midway. Will he be able to claim him as his 4th kill? Let's take him up around 70,000 damage if he does. I think so. There we go. And Citadel gets a Citadel. He gets the Division Kraken. So by himself, doesn't look like Shadowstep did all that much. But if you take a look at what his divmate did, his divmate did just about as well as Shadowstep did. Shadowstep, by the way, 42 planes down. This was a 3,400 base XP game. Shadowstep got 4 kills. His friend got 3 for 7 kills. So for of the 12 enemy ships which had to be sunk to win this match, 7 of them were done by Shadowstep and his friend, 2 players. Yeah, well over half the kills. So it was nice for Shadowstep to be on the other end of this, where it's not his team throwing, but the enemy team throwing for once. So excellent game there, Shadowstep. Thought you guys would like to see that. Yet another game from this man. I don't know what this man does to matchmaking to keep getting thrown to these types of games, but this is, again, the 3rd one that he's sent in. So thank you, Shadowstep, for sending that in. He got 2.3 million credits out of that, too. Jeez, man. Good God. So, guys, if you have a replay you would like to send in, you can send that in the link down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and leave a comment. Helps out on the YouTube side of things, as always. So hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.